Hmm.
I'm painting the post brown. Which green is better, that or that? This or this?
For what?
Grass.
I think the little bit yellower green is more like grass. Which one looks a little more yellowy?
This?
Yeah.
This?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Actually, I need more brown.
The giant trees are very satisfying. To chop down.
I'm gonna leave the clouds white. So, what blue of these three blues is a good sky blue?
Well, the dark blue would look nice if you used it with quite a lot of water. But
This is this.
yeah, but that sort of turquoisey blue,
This one?
yeah, it's not quite the color of a real sky, but that would make a pretty summer sky color.
So we're going to use this. I'm leaving the clouds empty because clouds are white.
Yeah, no, that means they're ready.
Oh, I know the other trick I had I was going to show you. But, oh, you're kind of doing it. That if you have lines of two different colors, if you carefully trace the tip of your brush along that line, and then you can fill in the other parts. That's sort of easiest.
If you need golden apples to breed them, that might be true. You have to make a gold farm. Which is quite expensive actually, or hard to make and better.
Yeah. That'll just have to be like a shadow on the cloud.
I'm gonna need more blue, but currently I'm gonna... What color of green is a tree? This is this. This is this.
Oh, I don't know. Whatever you like. I think the yellower one is more like a natural outdoor green of most plants, but either would be nice.
I think I might need a little more.
While we're at it, this thing is getting full again.
That's getting better.
Yeah, at this point, I think if instead of adding water, you just took some more paint, if you want a little darker color, that probably would work. There you go. Whoa.
Perfect.
There's some big harvest.
Oh, gentle on the
I
bristles.
wish the crops came right more evenly. You can wait each other out, but
This is my colors.
Mm-hmm. I think they could see that.
Yeah. Black, black, brown, brown.
get a pretty good collection of seeds.
That color is that color.
Agreed.
That color is blue, blue.
I've got some stacks in the chest there. I
Yeah.
just got those before all the plants are gonna come back. And we got 3 centimeters, I've got 3
Green.
stacks of seeds. Chest.
They colored around the sun pretty nicely.
I agree. Mm-hmm.
I agree.
I think you need more water.
What will these green bits be?
What do you mean? Oh, you mean where it went out of the lines?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Trees aren't really straight line circles, so maybe that's just some extra leaves sticking out.
This first one here, they put out side branches everywhere, and if wood is connected, if wood is connected to any block, the leaves don't decay.
Hmm?
Oh my, that's a
Oh.
face.
Unless you want
This
limbs
blue.
high,
Mm-hmm.
get them from the ground.
1, 2 here.
Although climbing up a few blocks isn't bad either. You can sort of jump up one and go across.
Maybe under the fence I can show like a grass field behind that back fence.
Yeah, I think they're trying to show that that's grass. You can see around the bottom of the tree there's some little squiggly lines that are kind of grassy looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, the furnace.
What?
I just saw the bristles getting a little squished around. I think you might need more water now.
Pick up saplings from your spruce tree.
You know what though, on that one, if you use a fairly dark brown for those branches, which will
We
make,
only have the one brown.
well, what I mean is if you use not a lot of water and more brown paint when you paint that part, which will make it easier to control on those narrow lines anyway, I think the brown will mostly cover up the blue.
Okay. Oh, 4.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
I think probably more water. Do you notice how it stops flowing? It gets kind of scratchy looking. That's one way to know that you need more water.
Yeah, I covered. Going to scissors.
Oh, that's all right.
It was supposed to be cut off anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Scissors, 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 scissors.
It's getting better rates of fish when I was trying to make that into a mouth farm. Well, I did have a bigger surface area though.
Actually, I think I now I this piece. I needed more sky paint. Slightly more. I wonder what it would look like if we cut that off, since I'm going up a little bit too high.
Yeah, it'll make a nice smooth edge when it's trimmed off there.
Okay. That's good. Right? Right.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, it means you don't need to be too precious about that line, because if If you go above it, we'll just trim that part off at the end.
Floor paint.
Use your paper towel, maybe.
I got it.
Okay. Maybe the little horse's name is Brownie, and the big horse's name is Cupcake.
Cupcake?
Cupcake. Cupcake and Brownie?
Just sort of stretching out a little bit.
Maybe Chocolate Drop,
Chocolate drop. Which one would be chocolate drop?
the big one. Or the opposite, I don't know, whatever you like.
What would the little one name be?
Well, then the little one could be Chocolate Drop and the big one could be Brownie.
Ah. Anyway, I have to pick my coloring. Floor paint. I'm gonna keep one of these by me.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Will it wash off?
Yeah, pretty much. Some of it might take a while to wear off, but they're washable.
Floor paint. Perfect. Some of that and some of that. That should be better up here. Yep, that's first time. Sweet. I'm gonna go above here just so that it gets trimmed flush.
Okay.
There's still a lot I haven't done. Did you see this would be the grass?
I think so. I mean, it's up to you for sure, but
Grass.
I think that's a grassier green than the other one.
Okay. I'll put that on the bottom.
I like how you're applying the paint kind of the way grass grows, like up and down. Because maybe you've noticed as you paint that the way you put the paint on, the brush strokes, changes how it looks. You get little lines and dots depending on where you brush.
Maybe like the grass is getting squished down here because the horse is too.
Sure.
I have some.
Yeah,
Blue.
that's how people know you're an artist.
Why does that make people know I'm an artist?
Well, I mean, people do all kinds of different art. Not all of them leave marks, but a lot of people who work with paint end up with paint on their hands. It's just sort of the way it is.
Now it's not brown, it's black.
The paint water, yeah.
So what do I need? What do I need? More green. I just needed a little water.
So I've told you some ideas for names. Do you have any ideas?
No, I wasn't thinking. I was focusing on my watercolor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I understand that.
I think I definitely need more paint. And more water. I've got a soft wet green paint.
Hmm.
Yep, I got it. More paint. That's why I don't like looking at near the bottom.
Well, you know, something you could do if you like is you can take your scrap paper and put it underneath so it sticks out a little. And that way, if any goes off the paper, it just goes onto the scrap paper. No, don't leave the brush to soak, please. Thank you.
Like this.
Yeah, there you go.
And it can come off into say.
Right.
Look.
Yeah.
And then higher up in the picture, I'm gonna. It's hard to work on the edge also. So I'm working on the edge. Oh, water, 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 water. Water is great for watercoloring, which is what I'm doing.
I noticed, yeah.
Notice what?
That you're watercoloring. Oh, oh, gentle with the brush, love. That was too rough.
Water. Water, 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 water. Now that I've done the other side, I'm gonna switch over to this side. That's some of my green paint. This is favorite green paint.
Yeah, well, maybe that little horse has been eating a lot of fresh green grass, and so it dyed its muzzle green. It's got grass stains on its fur. You can scoot that paint box closer to yourself if that would be helpful.
Also water. That's perfect.
It's alright, it'll dry out. Yeah, this paper isn't very thick. It's a little thicker than some coloring book paper for paints, but it's not as thick as real watercolor paper, so it does get pretty waterlogged. But it'll dry out.
Now I'm going to get some brown. There's a tree trunk.
Oh, yeah.
Brown tree trunk, brown tree trunk. Tree trunk, brown tree trunk. Brown tree trunk, brown tree trunk. More of this. In between the wires, I'm putting the green to be like grass being shown.
Sure. Oh, that's interesting that you see it as a wire fence. It absolutely could be, huh?
What?
Well, I was seeing it as fence posts with then 3 boards across. And so it would be like wood, grass, wood, grass, wood. But you're seeing it as fence posts with 6 wires across. Which absolutely, and then you just see the grass through, which is absolutely valid too. I just, I was caught up in the way that I saw it.
I think I did do that.
And that's a nice way to color it too, because you've done the horses' bodies brown. So, a lot of brown bodies and brown fences, it gets hard to see what's going on, but a green background with some wires. It's easier to make sense of the picture when you look at it. Ooh, okay, stop. I'll try to help, but